Hello everyone and welcome to another review episode from GadMode, and today we'll be doing the unboxing of Lenovo Phab 2 Plus. And as you can notice here, as the name suggests, this is not a phone. Instead, this is a phablet, a combination of a tablet and a phone. So it's neither a phone nor a tablet. And as you can see here, the box is pretty large. That is mainly due to the reason because the screen is a 6.4 inch screen, and this is in fact a direct competition to Xiaomi's latest release in the Phablet series, which is the Mi Max. Now the packaging over here looks so much elegant, so let's just open this up, and as soon as we open the packaging we can see the phone that is up in the front. And Lenovo here is trying to pitch the Phab 2 Plus as an entertainment package, and it is very much evident from the fact that Netflix is preloaded in the phone. That is what at least the company website suggests. Plus the 6.4 inch full HD screen will be definitely used for video consumption, and Lenovo seems to understand this for a better aspect, as they have also included the Dolby Atmos mode in the phone. Now the Lenovo Phab 2 Plus here has a metal unibody design, and the best part of this phone is that you get a dual cam along with this phone for this price range. And also surprisingly, there is a fingerprint sensor which was not there in the previous version of the Lenovo Phab. Now taking a look at the contents of the box, we have the SIM card ejector tool, the travel adapter, and the JBL earphones. That's great. And then we have the USB cable. So the JBL earphones is something that is a freebie. I mean, it's a attractive offer that comes along with this phone, the quality of which we'll be covering in the later parts of the different video. That will be an exclusive in-depth review of the phone. Now coming back to the phone, we'll just remove the stickers, and as we can see here, the look and feel of the phone is extremely great. I mean, the 2.5D glass all of the front looks so elegant. Now another good thing about the front side of the phone is the on-screen buttons that are backlit, which you don't get in most of the other brands at this price range. So the backlit keys are something that is very much helpful when you are actually searching for the right key. So overall the design aspect of the phone is good, but the real trouble with the phone starts when you're trying to hold it for a daily use. So just imagine your situation when you're trying to make a call for more than 15 minutes using this phone, or you're trying to access the fingerprint sensor with one hand extended towards the back. Now talking about the other design aspects of the phone, on top we have the 3.5mm jack with a noise cancellation port, and bottom of the phone carries this dual speaker grills, in between which lies the USB charging port. On the right hand side you have the volume rocker and the power button, and surprisingly the build quality of both of these are very much good when you compare to the other phones in this price range. On the left hand side you have this SIM card ejector, and wherein you will be able to fit a SIM card and a micro SD card, thereby making it a hybrid SIM card slot. Now the edges of the phone are neatly crafted, thereby improving the elegance and the overall look of the phone. And coming to the back of the phone, as we had already said, there is a dual camera setup with a dual LED flash and a fingerprint sensor below that. Now the functionality of this dual camera will be explained in a separate video, where we'll be doing an in-depth review of the camera performance and in both low light and outside lighting conditions. Towards the back of the phone you have the Lenovo branding along with the other specifications that are stickered along, and as we had mentioned earlier, on the front of the screen has this backlit keys that are a noticeable feature. On top of the screen you get this 8 megapixel shooter, again the review of which we will be doing in a separate video. And the 2.5D curved display does give this phone a very much premium look at this price range. So the overall packaging, as mentioned before, is very much impressive, but this is not the phone that is for a regular use. This is a phone for people who are only looking out at entertainment. And so let's just power on this device and have a look at the software and the user interface of the phone. And as we power on the device, we are greeted with the Lenovo logo and the Lenovo startup video that we can visualize in almost all the Lenovo devices when it usually starts up. And in case if we had missed to mention this, there are some similarities between the Phab 2 Plus and the Xiaomi Mi Max. Both the screens are dim, but the Phab 2 screen is much more dimmer with the luminance readings of 469 lux. While the Phab 2 Plus is not the brightest out there, the dimness also affects sunlight visibility. It also seems to have some light bleed issues near the edges, which further reduces the screen's attractiveness. I mean, you can notice these things only when you take out in the direct sunlight or in a highly lit room. And interestingly, the color reproduction is quite respectable as it is a 344 ppi pixel density. The black levels are good and the display can produce a decently wide color gamut. And if this were a flagship, we would perhaps demand a QHD, but 1080p works well at this price. I mean, the price range is around 14,999. So at this price range, I guess this screen is pretty much decent, and to the naked eye it might seem sharp enough as well. So viewing angles are also decent, given the fact that you can actually view this from any angle. So that is exactly what the problem is. I mean, the decent display is easy to swallow when it is not of this big size. So this could have been much more acceptable if this was a 5.5 inch screen. But look at the size of the screen here. This is a 6.4 inch, and the Phab Plus just demands something more than what it is giving at this configuration for the screen. Now coming to the settings and browsing through these sections, we'll just go to the about phone section where you can find the details about the system updates, the status of the phone, device information, legal information, and various other details. And here we can see that this runs on the Android version 6.0. So this is something which is a pretty good feature, because most of the phones usually ship in with an older version of Android and later on they provide an update for the Android, but this thing has shipped in with Android 6.0, and this is a very good thing that Lenovo has done. And again, coming to the next feature of the phone, like this has a 3 GB RAM, and negative point about the phone is that this actually runs on the Mediatek processor. Now the drawback about the Mediatek processor is that this is not well suited for FHD gaming with low frame rates, and it is no match for the Snapdragon 650 and 652 that is there in the Mi Max. So we'll be actually doing a comparison video of both these competitor phones, and at the same time we'll be doing an in-depth review of the same phone. Do give a thumbs up to this video if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned to our channel for much more interesting videos like this, along with much more interesting stuff that are related to gadgets.